Today I'm going to be reviewing the eco-worthy MPPT 60 amp solar charge controller. This charge controller is compatible with battery up to 48 volts. It can accept solar panel input up to 150 volts DC. Here is the sticker on the side of the unit. It has the model number and all of the specs of this charge controller. The physical dimensions of this charge controller: 9 inches by 6.5 inches, and it is 2.5 inches thick. It weighs 3 pounds 11 ounce or 1.68 kilograms. There are only 3 connections on this charge controller. We got solar input, battery output, and load. To install the wires on here, you're gonna have to use bare wire. I'll show you the connections here. This is a rather large connection, and it allows you to install very large wire. This is size 8, and check this out. So much room. And this is size 4 wire, and check this out. This will fit in here perfectly, just like that. It allows you to install wire up to size 4, and size 4 is rated at 70 amps. This controller can take up to 60 amps. So for sure, this connection is secure enough and safe enough to put a wire big enough to run at least 60 amps. Let me show you the accessories that come in the box with the controller. We got some screws for mounting the unit on the wall. This is a temperature sensor, and you can use this connector and plug it in right here. It also comes with 6 pieces of these things here. I don't know what it's called, but it's made of aluminum, so you can easily crimp it down. So the function of this is you take your wire, put it in here, and then you crimp it down, and then you insert this in here like that. That way it will help hold your strands of copper wire in place. Next, I'm going to plug it in and show you how it works. I'm using an eco-worthy 12.8 volt, 100 amp hour lithium iron phosphate battery. For the solar panel, I'm going to use a 300 watts, 60 volt solar panel on the top of my camper van. It is quite cloudy today, but that doesn't really matter as long as I have some input enough to test the system. Alright, I've got the battery connected. Let me zoom in and show you the screen. Well, the screen on this is way too reflective. Let me turn off my lights. Alright, that's better. We got 2 LEDs on the screen, state and error. State, the light will turn on when the battery is charging. If the light is off, it's not charging, and right now I have not plugged in my solar panel, so it's not charging right now. The error light will turn on when there's a fault in the system. Before I go into the battery settings, I need to talk about the battery types that are programmed into this charge controller. And for this charge controller, there are 4 types. The first 3 are lead acid, gel, sealed, and flooded. And they are pretty much the same except for the equalization voltage. The last one here is custom, user defined. And custom means lithium ion batteries. The first 3 are lithium iron phosphate batteries. Down below, we got ternary. I think what they means is this is regular lithium ion batteries. 3 strings of ternary, meaning 3 cells in series. You can see 12.6 volts maximum. That means 4.2 volts for each cell. So for lithium iron phosphate, it is 4 strings, mean 4 cells in series. And the maximum charging voltage is 14.4. For a 24 volt lithium iron phosphate, maximum charging voltage is 28.8. However, for a 48 volt lithium iron phosphate battery, it's different. It is only programmed for 15S, and therefore it only charges up to 54 volts. Most 48 volt lithium iron phosphate battery, they are 16S, and the maximum charging voltage is 58.4 volts. not 54 volts. Even the eco-worthy lithium iron phosphate 48 volt server rack battery, it is a 16S, not 15S. And therefore, if you charge it at 54 volts, it will be undercharged. And down here, we got 3 types of lithium-ion batteries. A 12 volt, which is a 3S, 24 volt, 6S, or 48 volt, 13S. And these are the maximum charging voltage for these 3 types of lithium-ion batteries. Let me show you how to change the settings on this controller. But first, I need to talk about the buttons on the front screen. There are only 2 buttons on the front screen. These are not buttons, these are LED indicator. So we got 2 buttons only, up or down. They look like touch button, but they are not. These are physical buttons, and you have to press down. You hear that? You hear click. That's a physical button. To change any setting, you have to press and hold this button for 3 seconds. Over here we got custom, gel, cell means sealed lead acid battery, and flooded lead acid battery. Next one is custom, 12 volt lithium iron phosphate, 24 volt lithium iron phosphate, 48 volt. Press again. We got 12 volt ternary. That means it only charge to 12.6 volt maximum. 24 volts, it will charge to 25.2 maximum. 48 volt ternary, it will charge to 54.6 volts. Press it again, it will be custom. So let me go over again all of the battery options here. Press and hold this. Custom, gel, seal, flooded, custom, 12 volt lithium iron phosphate, 24 volt, 48 volt, 12 volt ternary, 24, 48. And that's it. And in my case, it's gonna be this. To select, I'm gonna press and hold. There we go. That's it. So right now my battery is 12 volt lithium iron phosphate, and it will charge at 14.4 volts max. Let's go ahead and plug in the solar panel. Alright, I have plugged in the solar panel and it is charging right now. You can see the state LED is blinking fast. And blinking fast means it's fast charging or charging at constant current. You can see the LCD screen is dim right now because it's on idle. So if you want to brighten up the LCD, just touch. So on this screen, you can see the MPPT is blinking and the battery icon, it shows it's charging. And we're charging at 77 watts right now. And up here, you can see it shows fast. So fast means it's charging at constant current. Next to fast, we see keep. That means when the battery is almost full, it will charge the battery at constant voltage instead of constant current. When your battery is full, it will stop charging and it will show full on here. Let me show you other displays on the screen. So press the button on the top here. Load 0 means I'm not connecting any load to the controller. So this is the cumulative power that you have received during the day. That's for the load. And the PV voltage right now is 42.5 volts. That's the battery voltage. That's the current is going into the battery right now, 4.2 amps. And we go back to the load. Yep, that's it. So there you have it. Eco-worthy MPPT 60 amp solar charge controller. That's a beautiful screen. Don't you agree? It is very user-friendly, easy to use, easy to program. And what I like best about this charge controller is that it has solar input up to 150 volts DC. That means you have a lot of flexibility in your solar input. One thing about this charge controller is that your solar panel voltage has to be higher than your battery voltage, as it says here in the user manual. Turn on the charging voltage point 3 volts higher than battery voltage. So in a way, this charge controller acts like a buck converter, where it converts higher voltage from a solar panel to lower voltage of a battery. And that's all I have for now, folks. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.